for the decrease. Lack of physical activities is widely documented as a major risk factor for many chronic diseases, said Dr. Stanley. He is concerning to see families worldwide not using the cheap and effective form of exercises, allowing families to share a common interest and spending quality time in fresh air. Most Britons say that they have not enough time to walk. They would make the effort, or that they would make the effort if their friends or family would join them. The conclusion, the conclusion of the statistic was that even if fewer than a third of British children compete in sports at school, there are more than 1.5 million of children overweight. Now we move on to Gundula Gaga.
Shakespeare's home town avoids making a drama out of a crisis. Thanks to tourism and a big employer economic tragedy has no Stratford Avon. It's a market town. Basque market scenes complete with crowds of buyers and sellers, soothsayers and moneylenders are the staff of Shakespeare's. The city was founded by 7 farmers in 1908, and Rivers says that all that glitters is not good, and the home of modern Shakespeare performances is enjoying a good reception with strong sales and almost full theaters.
A study of married couples in the US has revealed that the proportion of American wives earning more than 5-fold since 1970. With that has come greater control by women of household finances. Today, a majority of wives are as well or better educated than their husbands. The number of couples who have equal levels of education had stayed constant at about 53%. Men are still the bigger earners in 1 in 4 marriages, but with a far smaller proportion of wives not working, the income gap is smaller. Increasingly, men are pleased and less pressured by a woman who earns more than they do.
Let's move on to eBay. Fixed price sales overtake profits from web auctions. eBay was invented in 1995, and at the beginning people bid for buying something on this site, but now most of the sales were made by a cost per payment by the seller. And in the last 6 months, only in the last 6 months, this has overtaken the auctions. And even so, eBay makes really great profits of 60 billion every year. But this year, the sales have been not so good like last year. And some people that let negative feedback and sell fake stuff.
Yes, and here is Herbert Prohaska with the sport. Yesterday, on the 7th February 2010, there was the luckiest day for New Orleans. The New Orleans Saints won the Super Bowl, and this was the so-called rebirth after the hurricane in 2005. Even though there are much less people now in the city, because of the Hurricane Katrina, it seems that the whole world celebrates the victory on the streets of New Orleans. It took 40 years to win the most glamorous prize in USA sports, but now New Orleans is back.
Good evening and welcome in our flash news. My name is Anna Larsen. In our news today we have a report about the most successful film in history. With $1.25 billion, the makers of the sci-fi epic Avatar could hardly be any happier. But not everyone in Hollywood is feeling quite so cheerful about the record-breaking success of the 3D film. Actor, for example. Stars would expect fees of 12 million or more to appear in a single movie.
But that days are over now. Since 2006, Hollywood refuses to write 8-digit paychecks to actors. The result of this tragedy came out when Avatar, the most technically sophisticated and financially successful film in history of the medium, received 9 Oscars, and none of them for actors.
Tim Langdale, the founder of the video games company Edge Games, says, "This is clearly a watershed moment. The motion capture technology is so accurate in Avatar, there is no doubt that there is a real actor on the screen, not just animation. But at the same time, we have known for years that no one cares who the actor is in a video game. So it probably shouldn't have come as a surprise to learn that the same thing is true with a movie like Avatar."
Tommy, despite this assessment of the acting profession, some prominent lesbians are refusing to take offense of the academic awards now, of the individual performances in Avatar, arguing that wearing a camera-rigged skull cap, which captures every movement down to the twitch of an eyebrow, is not real acting. The most popular prominent of these critics is James Lippy. He thought that the technology in Avatar equally captures emotions and compares traditional performances.
The makers of Avatar are angry. In an interview with director James Cameron said, "People confuse what we have done with animation. It's nothing like animation. The creator is an actor, not an unseen hand of an animator. And not only actors earn less, but also agents and producers have become a victim of Alice's salary deflation."
The news was sponsored by Happy the new refreshing drink.
That was great.
Okay, also die sind schon out. Welcome to the World and Press News on April the 16th, 2010. The death of family straw puts health of nation at risk. More than half of Britons walk less than they did 10 years ago, researchers have found out. Time constraints, tiredness, not knowing where to walk, and the lack of enthusiasm were blamed for the decrease. Lack of physical activity is documented as a major risk factor for many chronic diseases. More than a third said that they would go out more if they had more comfortable footwear. Interestingly, it is perhaps easier for people in cities who are close to parks to take these kinds of walks, because people in the country may have to walk along a main road which isn't particularly pleasant. There are currently more than 1.5 million children who are overweight or obese, making them more susceptible to conditions such as type 2 diabetes, cancer, heart and liver disease. Martin.
Australia and surfing. Surfing is one of the most famous sports in Australia. For every surfers, there exists one main rule. The surfer who takes the wave first is the only one who is allowed to ride the wave. All others should avoid the wave. This way works if everyone is a good surfer. But for freshmen, it's hard to keep this rule. And so they drop in the waves of others and block their way. A surfer school that boosted the numbers of beginners in the way got problems with the local surfers. The council have to regulate the problem and the behavior of the aggressive surfers. Thank you.
Oh, we made it. All of it.